certainly unprecedented changes here. The Prime Minister acknowledging that as he made this announcement after that cabinet meeting yesterday with all the state and territory leaders. The Prime Minister saying that life is about to change here in Australia as we see them clamp down on these non-essential indoor gatherings. Places like restaurants and bars will change. There is a series of exemptions, though, that the Prime Minister ran through, and they're very detailed in terms of what can still go ahead. Things like airports, the transport facilities, places where you go on the train will still be allowed. Obviously medical facilities, but also prisons, courts, the parliament. You'll still be able to go shopping, importantly. You'll be able to go to supermarkets, also some of those big shopping centres, also office centres remaining open, as well as mining areas. But the Prime Minister and Chief Medical Officer in this lengthy news conference here in Parliament House going out of their way in a bit of expectation management, that this is not going to be something that's necessarily over in a few weeks, that Australians need to be prepared, that this could take at least 6 months. But the Chief Medical Officer also stressed that there is no imminent lockdown, that people don't need to be afraid that suddenly Australia will stop, that these are measures that are being taken that can be lasting for up to 6 months. Here was their message.
We are looking at a situation of at least 6 months for how we deal with this. It could be much longer than that. Could be shorter. That's unlikely, given the way we're seeing events unfold.
But be clear, a short-term 2 to 4 week shutdown of society is not recommended by any of our experts. It does not achieve anything. We have to be in this for the long haul.
The Prime Minister has also revealed a significant number of restrictions now put in place for aged care visitations. There's a group of people that now will no longer be allowed to go to aged care centres. I'll take you through that. Anyone who's returned from overseas in the last 14 days, anyone who's had any contact with a confirmed case of coronavirus, or if you've got a feeling like you've got the flu or symptoms like that. Also, if you haven't had the flu vaccination from the 1st of May, that will also see you banned, and there will be restrictions on letting in children under the age of 16. There will also be changes for people who are still able to go, who don't fall into any of those categories. People are being asked now to make their visits to these areas short, only 2 visits a day, and not into these big communal areas, to be having these meetings in more private areas in the aged care facilities. Also stressing once again that social distancing needs to be maintained even in an aged care facility. And the Prime Minister also saying there will be a form of exemptions put in place for end-of-life procedures. If your relative looks like they're at the end of their life, there will be discretion given to aged care facilities to let the family members come in, Annalise.